So 5.3 is the last section we cover in chapter 5. They also have a 5.4 and 5.5, but we don't kind of worry about them. So you don't worry about them. We stop at 5.3. So I'm giving you 3 new formula. Well, I say 3. They're like 5 new formulas. But you're going to see that one of them you can manipulate and get the other 2 a little bit. So let's get started. We have sine of 2a. Sine of 2 times an angle, that's what this is saying. Sine of 2 times an angle A is equal to 2 sine A cosine A. That's it. Plug in, no big deal. Cosine of 2A, cosine of 2 times an angle, looks like cosine squared of A minus sine squared of A. So that's one form of cosine of 2A. And then there's 2 other forms. So the other 2 forms we get by using our formula that we've had for a long time, sine squared plus cosine squared is equal to 1, or cosine squared plus sine squared is equal to 1. And we can manipulate this formula for cosine squared or sine squared. We've done this a bunch, so I'm not going to kind of go through that. But these next 2 formula come from this manipulation. So one other version looks like 2 cosine squared of A minus 1. And then the other one looks like 1 minus 2 sine squared of A. So as like an exercise for you guys, try to get these 2 from plugging in. So if I plugged in sine squared as 1 minus cosine squared, would I get 2 cosine squared of A? So you should be able to get these 2 formulas hopefully pretty easily. Then the last one, tangent of 2A looks like 2 tangent A over 1 minus tangent squared A. So I don't really have a cute way for you to remember that. That's just how it is. But you could also always use sine of 2A over cosine of 2A to get you tangent of 2A. That also works. Really just depends what you have. If it's a pain in the neck to find sine and cosine, then obviously we're going to have to use this formula. If it's not, I don't know, this is not a bad way to do it either. All right, so let's show you how to use one of these formulas. So if sine of A is equal to 3/5 in quadrant 1, find sine of 2A. All right, so first things first, every problem in a trig function, everything has a reason. So 3/5 in quadrant 1. So let's draw this out. Let's draw a triangle in quadrant 1. So they're saying sine of A is 3/5. So A, opposite is 3, hypotenuse is 5, adjacent is 4. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, missing side is 4. It's a 3, 4, 5 right triangle, or you could use Pythagorean theorem to find that missing side. Either way. Okay, there it is in quadrant 1. So it wants us to find the sine of 2A. So the first step is to draw the picture. Okay, always. It's going to be helpful. Okay, and then the second step is to pick your formula. Now, with sine of 2A, we only have one option. So this number 2 really applies to really cosine or tangent. So we're just going to say, okay, this has got to be 2 sine of A cosine of A. All right, and then 3 is going to be plug in. So I have 2 sine of A, either from the information they give you or from the triangle, is 3/5. So it's going to look like 2 times 3/5. And then the cosine of A is adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 4/5. So I have 2 times 3/5 times 4/5. When I multiply fractions, I multiply across. So this looks like 2 times 12/25 or 24/25. And that would be our answer.